Everyone, I hope you're having a brilliant day. It is a Saturday, the 23rd, 3:22 in the afternoon. It's a nice overcast day, quite cool, which is fabulous. I love the cooler weather. Just trying to move my camera around so you can see. We're here to continue the Gemini star sign. This is where we've got up to. So I may put a light on. The light in this room, I have a big skylight, not quite above me, but quite behind me, so my shadow is showing. I'll just switch on a couple of lights. I need to buy a light, actually. I've been trying to figure out which one to get. I believe you can get them from Amazon that I can attach. I mean, I've got an overhead, the thing that holds my camera up there, and that's a light, but it's not very satisfactory. Let's put it that way. So I would like to get one that is brighter and shows things a bit better. But we'll continue with patterning here. Introduce myself, Esther. I'm an artist, lives on the Gold Coast, Australia. And my present, I usually do large oil paintings, but in the last 6 months I've becoming obsessed with patterning, Zen tangling. It's not exactly Zen tangling, but it's Zen, very relaxing, and it's putting patterns on paper. So I love doing it, and I hope you do too. I don't speed up my videos, so they're in real time. I'm going to turn this around so I can scroll into the next. Could move my camera a little bit that way. That's better, because we're going to start working on these other circles here. So I use two kinds of pens. I use the Two Hands Black Pigment liner sets. These are fabulous. I absolutely love them. And I've also got, where's the name? Sayak Microline pens. These are also brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The size that I mostly use is a number 3. But I have found me looking for a 2 lately. So I've ordered a set of pens that has only the size 2 in. So we'll see when those arrive. In the meantime, we'll use the, that's a 6. What am I doing with that? 3 and a 3. I've got 2 3s here. I might start with that. We'll start with that. All depending on where you put the lines with this next pattern is how different it looks, and you might like to try it yourself. So let's say you have a circle like that. You start from this point here. So if you do a whole heap of lines that radiate out that way, gosh, I hope I'm on camera, yes I am. Like that, till you've covered the area you want to pattern. And then you find another point. So there's one point, you find another point, can be anywhere. And it all depends where you put the point, how the pattern turns out. Let's say we have that as a starting point. Then you do exactly the same thing. You do the same pattern all the way around. and then you fill in alternate squares. You fill that in, that in, that in, that in, and that in. And you'll see how that turns out. So you can try, see these almost look like diamonds, but if you do patterns like that, and then you, from the same point, do patterns like that, and you fill in alternative ones, the pattern will look completely different. Completely different. But it's the same concept, you've just used one point of interest. And the same as if you do a whole heap from there, and then if you take another point opposite that, and you do the patterns the other way, that again is going to look completely different to what you've done before. So, let's begin. Let's start from this point here. Now, I'm going to use my pencil, a proper pencil, here, just so that I can see where these ones are going to go here. Obviously, I'm not going to do that section, but I wanted it to all match in the end. I'm not doing it exactly where the pencil marks are, but I've got a guidance here on the shape that it's going to be. I'm just making them a little bit closer together. And then I can rub out the pencil lines, and then everything matches nicely. Now, let's say, remove my stuff here. Just move it around like that. And I'm going to go from the same line. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed that I wasn't supposed to go into that section, but I did, so we'll just work around it. What I say, if you make a mistake in this, doesn't matter. Doesn't mean you have to throw this away. You haven't ruined it. It's just going to be different to what you thought it was going to be. A little bit different, but it doesn't matter. Everything will turn out okay. Guaranteed to look beautiful. So we'll start at a point. So you start at any point, or start at this square here, and you fill that in with your pen. Nice and slowly and carefully. And I would suggest when you're doing this particular pattern is before you actually put your pen to paper and do the next one, think for a second, because it's very, very easy to fill in the wrong square. And if you do that, well, it won't ruin it, but it will be different. So, I mean, you can always fix it up, but try and fill in the correct square. So you're just going alternate squares here. And then alternate squares. So